Hey, Jason Tushman back here with Spot On Patient Acquisition Best Practices. Today we're going to talk about content and how it impacts SEO. We hope you find value in this and all the other videos that we've done. And as always, the only thing that we ask is if you find the content valuable, please pass it on to an associate because we hope that they'll find it valuable too as well. We're not charging for these services and for this content, and that would mean a lot to us. So let's get into it. How online content impacts SEO. Now this is an age-old philosophy with SEO. Content wins, content is king, okay? But it's changed in the last few years because of social media, because of changes in technology. So we wanted to revisit this based on today's world versus, let's say, 5 or 10 years ago. So the rule is content is king, okay? Content, valuable content, relevant content to your orthodontics practice, to your dermatologist practice, to your ophthalmology practice is king. The more content you have, the more opportunities you have to get ranked in search. It's also very important that you're active, okay? This means that you're consistently, not constantly, but consistently producing new content. Now, when you're in a very focused practice or a niche practice, like elective healthcare, plastic surgery, dermatology, etc., it can be challenging to do that. So we're going to go over some things that help you do that. All right, so here's the opportunities or the levers that you can pull to have a successful content strategy that helps not only your consumers, but your SEO rankings. First, if you look at your website, okay, obviously, as you add new products, more procedures, etc., you want to create new pages for them. That gives you the ability to get more unique rankings to those new procedures and services and ultimately shows activity. Pretty age-old philosophy there, still very true. It's also very true that you are constantly, weekly if you can, adding before and after photos for your particular practice. This shows not only activity, but it's also, as we've talked about before, where 70% of the consumer's time is spent on your website. So pages, that's going to be opportunity as it occurs. Before and after pictures, you should be able to do that weekly. And blogs, okay? Blogs have a little bit of a mishmash as far as how to use them best. But at the end of the day, use them for the procedures you're most interested in generating revenue for, okay? Put valuable content, it only has to be a couple hundred words, on the procedures on a consistent basis, couple times a month, and that helps create new pages around the existing pages of content that you're focused on. So if you're a plastic surgeon and breast augmentations are really important to you, you want to consistently write blogs about breast augmentation. You can write them about cost. You can write them about procedure types. You can write them about implants. All of that is going to help those rankings associated, and it shows activity. Social media is now a huge opportunity to create more content that will ultimately be associated back with your website, okay? Postings, okay? Every time you post in social media, you have the opportunity to create content around the procedures that are important to your business. If you're an orthodontist, you're going to be creating posts around braces. You're going to be creating posts around Invisalign. So you want to use those keywords in those postings. You have the opportunity with photos on your social media postings. Label those photos to the keywords that are important to your search engine rankings. And then engagement, okay? Every time you engage with a consumer in social media, responding to a review, responding to a DM on Instagram, that gives you the opportunity to add the relevant keywords to your website into those engagements and create more content, okay, and links back to your website, ultimately showing activity. Reviews, huge opportunity, okay? The search engines can read not just where your social media is on Facebook and Instagram, they also obviously read your reviews. So every time you're responding to a Google review or you get somebody to provide you a review, ask them to put in the keywords that are relevant to you. If you're an ophthalmologist, have them put in, "Thank you for my LASIK surgery." That keyword's ultimately going to get understood back to your website and help your rankings again. So reviews is also a great opportunity to help create content. And then ultimately, a very interesting one that you have to understand is having a larger impact to your rankings is patient remarketing, okay? Patient retention. Every time you market to a patient and they click on the link back from that ad to your website, you are getting direct traffic back to your website. The larger the percentage of direct link traffic from your domain name as a total of your website traffic, that is going to have an impact on your rankings because it's showing activity around your business with regards to the consumers that you have. So driving direct marketing shows more activity around the business, and that's very good for you as well. Ultimately, doing these four things in a consistent way shows activity surrounding the domain. Always use relevant keywords, okay? And ultimately what you want to do is create links, all right, back to the website from these different areas of content. And I guarantee you, you do all of this a couple times a month across these different channels, your rankings are going to start going up nearly immediately. Hope this helps you. Look forward to talking to you next time.